Now, the looting of foreign-owned shops in various townships has sparked much debate in different circles around the country. Others are blaming those involved of plain criminality, while others actually sympathise with their circumstances. Something else that is of interest is the state of mind of a participant who takes part in an act of this kind. To discuss this, we are joined in studio by Mamize. He is the General Manager of African Tikkon's Wings of Life Centre, and that's based in Diepsloot. Sipho, thank you very much for joining us. Welcome to the programme.
Thank you, dear.
Now, in a rush such as what we're seeing, where somebody sort of runs into a shop, loots, takes everything that they can and runs out, I mean, what is going through someone's mind at that time?
Well, having discussed this issue with several committee members, most especially in Diepsloot, at the time of the looting, the mob rules takes over. That means you don't have time to reason. You've got time to do what others are doing. So it's not necessarily the issue of I'm doing this because of I will benefit 1, 2, 3. It's the question of others are doing it, so I'm doing it as well.
Yeah.
So I cannot say there's much rationale in that.
So that's basically the involvement of somebody else. You see someone doing it and you think, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'm going to rush and then I'm going to do the same thing. Would you say that in that space there is time to step back a bit and differentiate between what is morally wrong and what isn't?
It is quite difficult to say yes or no to that question because, one, it's always a human being. Even when you're doing wrong, you know that which I'm doing is wrong. But when it is done by a mob, time to reflect is not there. What is there is to seem to be conforming to what is the standard. Mm-hmm. And the standard is to grab as much as you can. Yeah. If a criminal has aimed himself to go and grab something from somebody, you don't have time to think about when I get arrested, when this happened, what if. All you focused on is your target, grab, move on.
Yeah. Is there a sense of regret afterwards or not really?
When we reflect in retrospect, because you remember that it is not the first time this kind of behavior we see in our townships. We have had so many dialogues with committee members. What comes out of that is that when you sit back and look at the damage done, the people had, as well as the consequences or potential consequences of going to jail and all the likes, people start to say, what I did was wrong. I could have done it better if I could have just thought about it.
Yeah. I mean, harsh punishment is perhaps one way for a person to think twice before doing something and thinking, I'm not going to do this because, you know, this will have severe consequences on my life going forward.
Unfortunately, we don't only learn with high-intensity intervention. We can also learn when dialogue takes place. Yeah. We can also learn when opportunities are there. People perceive the situation and read what is available, and it tells them that opportunities are not there for them, are there for particular groups of people. Yeah. That is why those group of people become soft targets. Not necessarily the persons themselves, but their goods, their groceries, and all other things that they own. So somebody looks at the person and say, beyond the person, what do I see? I've got opportunities of grabbing what I can grab. Yeah.
You know, the emotions that we're talking about, particularly when it comes to three things: poverty, unemployment, xenophobia. I mean, these are the three words that are being bandied about when we talk about the reasons behind what's been happening in the townships. When you find yourself in the position of poverty and unemployment, what emotions do you go through? I mean, what is it that drives you? What kind of emotions do these individuals feel?
Well, working in a township, you do ask such questions and you do get the answers that you're not expecting. Despondency is one of the issues that we have got to deal with, wherein somebody feels powerless. They don't feel part of the society because they cannot provide for their families. Yeah. They feel they are not participating in the economy because they're not working. At the end of the day, what an opportunity comes when this kind of environment creates itself. Yeah. Because it may have genuine concerns, but how we address those concerns becomes the key issue. We cannot address just saying it's criminality, therefore arrest. Arrest, beyond arrest, then what? You need to look into what is the deepest root of this problem and address it from that angle. As Africa Tikkun, in the places like Diepsloot, Orange Farm, as well as Alex, we have engaged ourselves into dialogue, into surveys, find out what the community is saying about the services they require, the fears they have in the township. So time for you to reflect on your emotions when it is like that, it's not really there. What is there meet the basic human needs. And whichever way it's possible, people meet them. Unfortunately, we need to remind ourselves we cannot condone, we need to condemn what is happening and present a better plan, better opportunity for other people.
All right, Sipho, just hang on a few minutes. We're going to take an ad break and we'll come back after this and continue the conversation. Stay tuned.